live in the city of Los Angeles, and I want to assure you that the 88 mayors of every city in Los Angeles County are in regular contact, are enacting many of the same measures that I'm talking about for the city of Los Angeles, and I encourage you to talk to your local city hall, your local mayor and council members, to see day to day what is being done where you live if you're not in the city of Los Angeles. And let me also reiterate my thanks to the entire Board of Supervisors and our chairwoman of the Board of Supervisors, Catherine Barger, who's been an amazing co-leader as we go through these uncharted waters together. I remain confident that Los Angeles is strong, that all of us are resilient, that the goodness of our hearts continues to come out during this tough fight, and I want to make sure that I'm communicating as often as possible with the people of LA about our latest moves. I know these days have been very tough for all of us. Our usual rhythms have been disrupted. We feel that eerie feeling like the city feels half abandoned. And we're spending more time with each other than maybe we have with our families in a long time. I want to reassure you that folks that I've talked to in other parts of the country and the world, there's a pace that will settle in. This will seem less abnormal. And the weeks that we have ahead of us, we will be able to settle in not only to our routine, but getting through this together. So stay strong, look out for each other, be kind to each other as we go through these things today. I want to give a special shout out to those folks who are working on the front lines. And by that I mean, of course, first and foremost, our healthcare workers who are already taxed even at the beginning of this crisis. To those first responders, to our grocery clerks and truck drivers, warehouse workers, restaurant workers that are making sure that we are fed, and to some of those critical folks who are caring for our children and others in these tough times. You are truly the heroes of this fight and will continue to be, and we are here to support you in every way that we can. I also want to thank all of the government workers, the cities and the cities of Los Angeles County, our Los Angeles County and school district employees who themselves stepped up to serve the public and feel it now more than ever that service to the public is something in our hearts and in our hands. Many of you have volunteered for new jobs, are asking what you can do to help, and members of the public who serve in an unpaid capacity as volunteers, members of neighborhood councils and boards and commissions. We thank you as well for all that you are doing to step up above and beyond. If you have a chance to go out of your way to thank any of these frontline workers and government workers, please do. I know that they will appreciate it. But you don't have to be working in one of these jobs to feel like you are a frontline worker these days with this crisis. Everyone is feeling the stress of this moment, and I know we can each be here for each other. And we're working around the clock to ensure that you have the support that you need, the resources you need, and critical services will be maintained during this time. Last night I spoke to you about some of the new actions that the city of Los Angeles was taking to protect Angelenos against COVID-19. And I want to thank the county and other cities that also adopted these measures. In the city of LA, it was temporary closures of our city's bars and nightclubs, our gyms and entertainment venues, limiting our food establishments with no eating inside the establishments, but instead pickup, delivery, and drive-through, and a pause on residential evictions. None of these steps were taken lightly, but they are the right thing to do right now, even when sometimes it feels like the wrong moment. We have to save lives, and we have to save our way of life here in Los Angeles. City leaders across the county, as I mentioned, are in regular communication, so some of the things I'll announce tonight I know have also been considered and are being done in other cities as well. But let me tell you about the next set of swift and decisive actions meant to help everyone who is affected by this health crisis. Today, in the city of LA, I elevated the city's Emergency Operations Center to level 1. That's our highest level, and it will stay there for the indefinite future. This allows us to bring all of our resources together, to deputize all of our city workers to be able to do jobs that are not their traditional jobs, and to make sure that we can have the coordination that we require across city, county, school district, and other lines together. We're looking for ways to make life a little less stressful for you during this crisis. So to slow the spread of the virus, we know many people are staying home. They're working from home, they're caring for loved ones at home, or they themselves are sick. And more people at home means that there's more cars parked on our city streets. So tonight I am announcing some changes with parking enforcement that should make life a little easier for all of us. These will be in place for the next 2 weeks, and we will possibly extend beyond that. But effective immediately, the city will stop giving tickets during street sweeping in residential areas and stop giving tickets for parents and caregivers who are picking up meals around closed schools. There will also be a moratorium on ticketing and towing for abandoned vehicles and oversized overnight parking and peak hour restrictions. During this time, we will also freeze parking fine increases for the next 60 days and extend all deadlines for payments until June 1st. People are feeling the financial pinch, and the small things we can do to help families we will enact. I want to be clear that not all parking enforcement in Los Angeles is stopping, but we will focus our enforcement in places that basic operations that prioritize our health and our safety. So for the duration of this this emergency period, parking enforcement will focus on street sweeping around encampments, ensuring emergency access, keeping colored curbs clear, and repaving and slurry operations. So we want to continue to make sure that our public health needs that street sweeping does for us continue. Enforcement will also continue at metered spaces to encourage parking turnover at businesses that are relying now on many people coming to pick up food and for delivery services that can serve us food as well. And there will be an extended grace period for people dropping off or picking up groceries or other goods. Nobody should be penalized for being responsible. There's no need to worry about the financial cost of keeping your car at home while you practice safe social distancing and you help our city flatten the curve. Taken together, these temporary closures and restrictions announced last night will prevent large gatherings and strengthen our work to slow the spread of COVID-19. But I also want to reassure Angelenos about their public safety during this crisis. Crime is down this year, in the past week down even further. That said, Chief Moore and I had discussions, and Chief Moore has asked half of our detectives to go now and work on the streets of Los Angeles to help supplement our patrol officers. 50% of those detectives are now out on the streets and making sure that any challenges that arise in our neighborhoods at grocery stores or folks that want to make sure students and their children are safe when they're picking up the lunches that they need, that they will feel secure in this city, and our officers will be there to assist them. We know all Angelenos have had to make huge changes and sacrifices during this period. Those who are older, those who are younger, those who work, and those who go to school. Today was the first day that our LAUSD schools were closed, and a change in routine like this can be very confusing for both the children and parents, and it puts a strain on our families, our teachers, and our communities. And I want to thank all the LAUSD employees who have stepped up to volunteer to help, and I know the district will be announcing more about that tonight. But we're working to make sure the whole family is taken care of during this crisis. We understand that earlier today that we learned that LA clarified their plan around the 60 grab-and-go centers for meals to make sure children can continue to get the nutrition that they need during this crisis. And the district will clarify details on this in an announcement later tonight. But if you're looking for the closest place to feed your children, you can go right now to lausd.net, and those locations are now up and live. Schools are closed. Many workplaces are shut down for remote work or altogether. And in the last few days, we've heard from people across our city who worry deeply about how they will cope, what they will do without the sources of income upon which they rely each month. We hear you, we see you, and we are here for you. That's why last night, and I wanted to reiterate this today, we ordered a moratorium on evictions of residential tenants during this local emergency for people unable to pay rent as a result of this health crisis. I also want to reiterate and remind people that no water, power, or gas will be cut off for you during this period. No one will be evicted, and rents can be deferred. There's been also a tremendous amount of disinformation. I think everybody listening knows what I'm talking about. If I got one text, I got 100 from friends saying that they knew somebody who absolutely was going to confirm that the entire country was about to go into a state of martial law, or that, again, the port was being closed down, the city was going to cease to function, etc. We will have to make decisions in days ahead, but we will never do those in a secret way. I will always talk to you about what's coming the next day and the day after that. Listen to our public health officials at the national and local and state levels to inform those decisions, so there will be no surprises. But I can certainly tell you, and I think many of you have checked this online, that those rumors about a national lockdown are not true today. And that's important for all of us to push back the misinformation, the fraud that many people are trying to exercise, financial fraud, testing fraud, and other things. As always, please check with official sources, lacity.org, lacounty.gov, of course, state website at ca.gov, and with our Centers for Disease Control. I want to also add a note on testing, and I thank the county, Supervisor Barger and Dr. Ferrer, for their update today on the new cases and many elements of this. But this is a question that comes up a lot. Why can't I get a test? We can go through in future days, and you can certainly read plenty on why this nation was unprepared and did not have enough tests, and the heroic work that's being done here locally with private sector, with laboratories, led by LA County and our state and our governor to ensure that we have more tests, more testing labs, and more testing capability. That is arriving more every day and in the coming weeks. In the meantime, though, people are saying, I have symptoms, what should I do, and why can't I get a test? Those tests and the lab capacity to process them is being focused on 3 sets of individuals. First, our healthcare workers and first responders, who are at greatest risk, and we need to be out there in the field to help us with this crisis. Second, those who are the most vulnerable, our seniors and those with pre-existing conditions. And third, people with severe symptoms. When you don't fit into one of those 3, it's unlikely today that a test is available. So what should you do? The advice is clear. Stay home, self-isolate, and make sure you're not coming into contact with other people. If you have extreme symptoms, that's the time to visit a hospital. Stay in close touch with your doctor, and we hope there will be tests not only for those who are symptomatic, but asymptomatic coming in greater numbers in the next couple days and certainly in the week ahead. On food distribution, I hope some of you joined us earlier today as I joined together with the heads of our grocery chains in a supply center. It was in Paramount, where we saw the actual evidence of all the food that is there, and to encourage people to not panic buy and not to hoard. That panic buying and hoarding comes at an expense. Those who need food are not getting it, and it is causing our workers that are out there in our grocery stores to be under higher risk than they should be. So please, buy food for a week, don't buy it for a month or even for multiple months. The food will continue to come, and we hope that you could see that today with your very own eyes as well. There is no need to stockpile. Water will continue to flow, as I mentioned. Toilet paper and paper towels will be replenished quickly, and in a matter of a few weeks, we're told that's when hand sanitizer and other things will be there. So do your best to share with one another in the meantime. I'll say it one last time, hoarding is hurting our community, and your behavior can cost someone their life. Finally, as we undertake efforts to slow the spread of this virus, I've heard from Angelenos who are eager to help, to do what we always do. Reach out a helping hand to neighbors and folks around. You don't have to wait for any official government instructions. Certainly check on seniors you know who live in your building or your neighborhood. See if you can help them get food if they're unable to go out or they're self-isolating. And look for those folks who are the most vulnerable. For people who are quarantined, check in with them. Call them on the phone. Look for ways that you can video conference, play a game virtually, or other things. Let's make sure that we don't have social isolation while we have geographic isolation from one another. And to answer the call that we have out there for folks who want to go further, I mentioned last night our LA COVID-19 Crisis Fund, which is out there to support families, healthcare workers, unhoused neighbors, and to build our capacity to respond to this crisis with real-time research. I encourage you again to give what you can, and you can go to this fund at coronavirus.lacity.org. That's coronavirus.lacity.org. We raised tens of thousands of dollars in the first day. We want to continue that money coming if you have the means to do that, and we will make sure that money gets to the people that need it most and for the effort that our frontline workers need for equipment and other things. We've seen the leadership of our philanthropic community and the generosity of our corporate giving. But it is time now to elevate our efforts, and that's why I've asked Matthew Johnson, our former president of our police commission, to serve as the chief of COVID-19 philanthropic and private sector community emergency response. Whether that's donations, whether it's technical assistance, or whether it's research, Matt will help us oversee this throughout Los Angeles, mobilizing our business community to lead a process that ensures our city's corporate and philanthropic giving is strategic, well-informed, and effective in slowing the spread of COVID-19. As individuals, as communities, as a city, everybody's doing their part. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for your courage in these tough days. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your loving of your fellow Angelenos during these tough days. We can and we will stop the spread of COVID-19 in Los Angeles. And while we have still challenging days ahead of us, I believe more than at the beginning of this crisis in the strength of this city, in our ability to come together and to help one another, and we are all first responders in this effort. So thank you for your work to save lives in this critical period. Maintain that distance, make the right decisions, reach out to those in need, and we will get through this stronger than ever before.